in the toughest day of their life. I believe so much in what I got. I don't waste time on appointments. I get straight to the point.
Okay.
Barry, another thing, you had a record month last month.
I know.
So we cannot forget where you were when you started in this business, coming from like a $30,000 a year job, working 50 hours a week, to where you are now. And so one of the two things, don't forget where you're from, and be grateful for where you are. But and another thing, don't compare yourself to anybody else. You got to run down your track. And another thing, I focus on my daily activity. I do not focus on my daily production. I look at this thing on a monthly level and a quarterly level, because daily, man, I drive myself crazy. I can drive myself crazy worrying about did I write any business today, if I allow that in my mentality. And then the other thing I heard you say is you struggle with getting to an appointment within an hour. If you're on the phone or in a house or doing a virtual appointment, Nick Burns, and you're writing business, you do not leave that appointment for any reason until you are done, because there is no guarantee that next person is going to say yes. And the other thing I strongly suggest is quit scheduling for your appointments to be at 3 o'clock. Say, I'm going to call you between 3 and 3:30.
Right.
You're already letting them know right off the bat you might not be on time. And if you're going to be too late, you can shoot them a text and let them know you're going to be late. But those are just little teeny things that you can do to keep your mind occupied with running business and not worrying about, did you write business?
And if you can't do every 30 minutes, Barry, do 45. You know, talk about this all the time. You got to figure out your way, right? I sometimes I'll have 10, 11 appointments and they'll all be stacked. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'll look at it and I'll get a little anxiety. I mean, that's a lot, right? But what I've learned is I just like to stack it because I just want to put it in my favor. You know, like that day I had 9 appointments back to back to back. Only had 1 no-show and 1 reschedule. I got 7 sits in. You know, so again, the better I've gotten at it. But again, I think, you know, you having a record month the month before, this is typical the next month.
I know.
This is typical because a lot of things goes on. You know, we kind of, and I say this with a heart of humility, you get a little comfortable the next month because you were really good that month. You probably got a lot of deposits, right? You got a little comfortable. Right. But then now it's just like, oh, my gosh, you're kind of freaking out. Like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Not doing anything wrong. Just get back to the basics. Get back to the basics. Do the fundamentals right. Right. When somebody's in a hidden slump, when a pro's in a hidden slump, man, they get back to the basics. You know, I heard this last week. It's like the ones that think the basics is boring, they're the ones that aren't trying to get better at the basics. I know the basics is what makes this business. That's what allows you to win at a high level when you try to get better at the basics. I want to get better and better at my presentation. Again, I don't think we're scratching the surface of what we got, guys. I don't. Just continue to get better at the basics. Be you, though, Barry. You got a script. You got a structure to follow. Just keep getting better with yourself, and then everything will be fine.
Appreciate it.
The main reason for that every 30 minutes too, Barry, it's to Jamie's point. It's so if you get a no-show, you're not sitting there and going, my 7 o'clock no-show, I don't have another one until 8. Because then what's going to happen? Your energy is going to drop down. You're going to go sit on the couch for a little bit. Then you're going to go, man, I don't want to do that 8 o'clock. This way, every 30 minutes you get that, you got another one coming up right behind it. So now you go, oh, good, I got a no-show. Now I can go take a quick bathroom break, give me something to drink, get back in here, get going again. That's the main reason to stack them in there so that you don't have that cooling off period, because that at that time kills, and it kills you mentally is the main thing. So just stack them in there like that and just be confident in it. Like Jamie said, if you're on one because you're not guaranteed the next person's going to even show up. Right. So just stay in it. And if you're running way over, then text them and say, hey, man, sorry, I'm a little bit late. Call you as soon as I get off.
Okay.
Yeah, then you'll be good. And back to Nick's original point and Jamie's too, as long as you had your 8 appointments for the day, you won the day. The results don't matter in that. You won the day. It's like Rob Jones called me, I think it was 2 days ago, and he says, hey, man, you guys having a good day? I go, we're killing the process, man. And it messed him up. He goes, What? I go, we're killing it. He goes, how many apps you guys got in? I go, we're killing the process, buddy. Everyone's, oh, man, we're booking appointments. And then he goes, hey, so what else is going on? Like, I don't know what you're even saying to me right now. I said, it's all about I don't look at the day. I can't go on the leaderboards and look and see where we're at because it doesn't matter as long as we're focused on the process. I said, he goes, when do you check and see how you guys are doing? I go, about Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, 4:30 Central Time, because it's getting ready to end for the week. That's about when I check it. Because again, it's the week. Then I go, because that last day, you can have that surge. And boom, we had a great week. So it's just knowing that every day I'm focused on the process. You're locked in, get your 6 to 8 appointments. That's the only thing that you can control.
That's it.
Your attitude. Only thing you can control.
I will say, I'm not happy with my week, so I'm working today.
How many appointments have you ran this week?
28.
28. Okay. What was your sit
today?
What was your sit ratio on that? How many sits did you have?
That I need to do a better job of tracking. Like I said, it wasn't good this week. That's part of the reason I'm here today. Is I got a lot of reschedules, a lot of no shows, a lot of both people weren't available, that type of stuff, and just been getting a lot of that the last 2 weeks. So I just
you didn't have that. You didn't have that last month though, did you? You had a record month.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a problem last month. I don't. That's why I'm here, man. I just confused as to what is going on these last 2 weeks, and like you said, it's probably just the cycle, right?
Right. Yep.
Stay in the game, man. Keep doing your thing. You got it, man.
I'm gonna work today, and I'm gonna work tomorrow. I'm gonna make up for it.
Hey, we want to see on the community page when you write $5,000 a day. Put it out there.
Absolutely.
Hey, Scott Rumbo, we've all heard Barry. It is really, 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 and let me stress the really hard part, is really hard to grow week after week after week, month after month after month after month. There's very few people in this world that can have growth every single month. And so that is a rarity. And so a lot of times, because of the environment that we're in at Equus, it's very pushing for growth. And that's great. Part of growth is sometimes you got to pull back and reset and go forward. And that's where you are. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean you're doing anything bad. Don't get inside your own head. Stay with exactly what Nick Burns and Scott was saying. Book your day, and you have one today. And then don't go any further than that. And I know you know this, Barry, but just in case anybody missed Connor Jones yesterday, please, please, please don't focus on product knowledge.
Right.
Please. Here's your product knowledge. Pay a premium. Someone dies. Someone going to get some money. Don't pay the premium. Someone dies. Nobody gets the money. There's your product knowledge. Just stay simple and keep this simple. Barry Tuesday, I love you, brother. I love your growth, man. You have grown so much over the last couple of years. It's phenomenal. Just keep doing what you've been doing and don't allow any of the noise, anything else, and just focus on your day and focusing on what Nick Burns, Scott Rumbo, and all these coaches out here keep constantly saying.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in Charlotte next week.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. It's going to be a blast.
I hope you show up to Charlotte. By the time you get there on Wednesday, you've written $10,000 worth of business between Monday and Tuesday. And 5 today, so that'd be $15,000 by then. There you go, BT. You can do it.
Yep, no question. Thanks, Barry. Thanks for coming on, man. You helped a lot of people today.
And my brother Rumbo, he just sent me a message. He said sophomore slump. That's all it is, guys. And we're going to do a podcast on a sophomore slump one day. Because we've all been through it. You have a success early on, and then boom, you're like, whoa, what I do different? Because when you had the success early on, you focused on the basics. You did what you were supposed to do. When you get good at something, you tend to get away from the basics, right? So that's all it is, guys. Is you just focus on getting better every day. You can't help but to get better. Even if you retract a little bit that day, right? But it's just intentional. Every day, you're going to hear from Barry about being intentional every single day. And I thank Barry for being vulnerable and getting on the call with everybody. He helped out a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's so important to track those numbers because that tells the story. You know, Charlie Robinson talks about, he goes, I know every time, because he was tracking his numbers, when he did between 30 and 32 appointments for the week, he would write over 10 grand. And then the weeks that he wouldn't write 10 grand, Jamie, all I had to say is, ask him was, how many did you have? 25. There's a problem. Because you said your number is 30 to 32, you'd write over 10 grand. There's the problem. If you want to write 10, go back to 30 to 32. That's a big commitment. But you got to put in the work, and you got to be honest with yourself. You can't go, man, I just had a terrible week. It was all these things going on. And you look back and go, let's go through your numbers. You go, okay, I had 22 appointments. Why didn't you have 24? Well, I had to go take care of some stuff on Monday. And see, that's where you got to go. No. Don't take care of that stuff Monday through Thursday. That stuff gets taken care of after you got your 24. Just you got to push it out with doctor appointments, whatever. Just go, man, after. Like I called the doctor because they wanted to do labs, right, Nick? They said, we got to do your labs. We got to do your labs, man. And I was like, I don't have time right now. So I finally got on the phone with them yesterday. I said, hey, listen, the only time they had available in the next 60 days was a Monday through Thursday. I said, that's not going to work. So the lady finally called me back and goes, how early can you come in? I go, how early can you open up the doors? She says, how about 7 o'clock on Monday morning? I said, I'll be there. Because I'm going to be here by 7:45. I told her I got 15 minutes. So when I walk in, we need to knock it out. Like I'm not sitting in the lobby waiting. I need to come in and get knocked out. And she says, we'll get knocked out. I said, okay, as long as I can get in there and get out because I got to stay in the game. I'm not missing it. Can't miss the day. So you got to make sure that you're putting that stuff in slots that don't affect your week. Get your 24 first. And then book that stuff in there. Tell that buddy, hey man, I can't hang out until Friday, man. I got to get my 24. I'll text you on Thursday after I get my 24. We'll figure out when we can touch base on Friday. Protect that time. Protect that time because if you don't, it costs you thousands of dollars in income. Okay, let's talk about this, guys. So one of the things, Nick, I want you to hit on is final expense. So we got a lot of people that are starting to get some of these life leads in. They're going, whoa, man, I don't know about working these virtually. Tell us about, you've already worked some of these virtually. How do you approach these virtually that's different than doing a mortgage appointment?
It's simple. So when I'm before I get in to gather my information, what I'll do is I'll tell them I'm just going to gather just a little bit of information, okay? But real quick, do you guys have a mortgage? And I just ask that question. And if they tell me they have a mortgage, it's my mortgage protection presentation. If they say, no, we don't have one, we rent, or we our house is paid for, I'll go straight into the final expense presentation.
So when you go straight into the final expense presentation, you're getting your flip chart out, you got it on the table there, and you're just flipping through it and reading it, correct?
Reading it word for word.
You're not putting it up on the screen.
No. I mean, if you want to, you can put it on the side and you can that way you're kind of looking at them. But what I'll do is I'll have it with me right here. And I'll just have it right here, and just kind of read it like this, just word for word.
How do you transition in? This just popped up twice. How do you transition into the app? So they got their quote. They say, hey, that's perfect. That'll work. That fits a budget. Then what?
Like, okay, let's get you approved. Like, go straight into it. Like, don't complicate it.
Yeah.
Just don't complicate it. Don't keep talking. Shut up. Once you learn the buying signs that they're going to give you, shut up. Okay, all right, well, let's get you approved. Categorize it like, hey, we're going to get this done and start doing the app.
Yeah, don't make it weird. Like, just pop it open and go into the app. Like Connor said it yesterday. Hey, let's get you approved. Grab your driver's license for me. While they're doing that, he's got the app. He's opening up, getting ready to start asking questions. So that's it. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, I think that fits our budget. Yeah, we can make that work. Okay, perfect. Let's get you approved. Grab your driver's license for me, if you will, and your subscriptions. Your prescriptions, sorry. Your prescriptions. Grab those for me real quick. See, while they're grabbing that stuff up,
when you
Nick threw me off, man. He started moving around, and I thought he was about to say something.
when you have an attitude of expectation that they're going to buy, you catch that buying sign really quick.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear from her.
When you're scared to death that they're going to buy, they're telling you they're buying so many times, and you just keep putting them off. Right? Go into the application. They're going to let you know if they're going to buy. You know, we had an agent in here, and he recorded me yesterday. I had a case yesterday that the guy, I mean, they had no life insurance, Damon Trent. 60 years old, 59 years old, no life insurance. $223,000 mortgage. 220. The man takes PTSD medication. Only takes one. So I knew I could get him approved. Wife took nothing but a blood pressure medication, and they just wouldn't do it. And I said, Mr. Michael, his name is Michael Thrift. I said, I don't feel like I've explained this to you in Charlotte. And he said, oh, you've explained it to us. No, you've explained it to us. Just give us till Tuesday. I said, no, you don't have, let me be clear. You don't have any life insurance. He said, now you're being pushy. I said, no, I'm being honest. You don't have any life insurance. I said, the next guy or gal that you talk to about this, please take it out with them. He said, so what you're saying is I can't call you back? I said, no, you can call me back, but this business don't work that way. I won't hear back from you guys. You're 60, she's 59, all right? All you're doing is putting this off. That's all you're doing. I said, the next person you talk to, take it out with them. Well, I just don't want to be pushed. I said, I'm not pushing you. I'm telling you to take it out with the next person that you talk to. You guys need this. Because if you don't wake up in the morning, I said, she's screwed. And he sat there. He said, well, you said you had to get us approved. Well, get us approved. I said, well, I would have to take the application. You pick the date that you want to pay it. All right. Well, we can pay it on the first of the month. I said, okay. And I went into the app. So it went from, we'll get back to you on Tuesday, to I was being pushy, to we need this, right? People want the truth. People want you to be bold and tell them the truth. And I did that in a way, it wasn't a pushy way. It was a bold way, Jamie, because I was passionate that they had nothing. Nothing, Jamie Trent had a nice $223,000 home, right? He's on disability. She don't work. He's ex-military, disabled vet, ex-military. They don't have anything, you know? So people want you to tell them the truth. That we miss out on so many because we're not bold and tell them the truth. I want to think about it. All that, you're not going to get them. You got to have a mentality. Every time you get on the phone with them, this is the only time I'm talking with this client. Or you'll have a stack of, I want to think about it, so I want to follow ups, and you'll get your hopes up. They're going to do it. They just need to talk with each other. They just need through the weekend. They're not going to get it over the weekend. Nothing's going to change until you just encourage them that, hey, you're just putting this off, right? You need this. If he don't wake up in the morning, she's in trouble, you know? So just be bold with them in an integrity, humble way of, hey, this is what you need, right? People want to be told the truth.
Jamie?
Man, how do you follow that up? I had one the other day, and I did exactly that. And I looked at her, and I said, listen, I said, you need this. This is to protect your son. That's what you told me. I even said that this is what we're going to do, and now you're telling me you need to think about it. I said, here's what you do. The next person that comes along, please don't give them the same line of BS you're giving me right now. You need to take this out because this is about your son. It's not about you. And she still wouldn't do it. So it doesn't work every time. But about 2 out of 3 every time I do that, it does work. And sometimes there's 3 people we can't help: broke, stupid, and broken stupid. What do you say to somebody who doesn't have who can't give up a half a carton of cigarettes a month to afford life insurance? I don't know, but I will say this: humans are humans, and learning. Nick was saying something that really caught my attention is when they start giving you the signs that it's time to go. So many times I see brand new agents, I guess it's because of nerves or lack of experience. They just keep talking and talking and talking and selling and reselling. And so many people will talk themselves out of apps. And when this is how I did 3 apps this morning before this call. And this is how I set it up. I started off with what I am and what I'm doing, and we're going to put it in an app. And before I gave them prices, I reiterated who I am, what I'm doing, and I'm going to put it in an app to get this thing approved. Before I gave them any quotes, I said, is that what you're looking for? Are we good? Fair enough? Fair enough. Perfect. Then I went in and wrote the apps. My first question after that, Rumbo, was, what's your driver's license number? And then I quit selling it. I didn't talk about living benefits. I didn't talk about any. We're done. This is how we're gonna do it. And praise the Lord, all 3 of them have already issued. So here we go.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's how you do it. Humans complicate things with this word called thinking. And we can certainly get so much more done by doing than we can ever get done by thinking. And I hope somebody heard that, because that was one of my biggest struggles.
That's what I was going to say. I hope somebody did hear what you said. Jamie sets the expectation up front. Noelle says she sets the table up front. You're giving somebody a plan for the presentation. This is what you're going to expect, right? The best presentations you'll ever see is this is what you're going to expect, and they follow through with that presentation. Your job is to get to that reason. Set the expectation up, do your presentation, and 60% of the time, they're going to buy.
Okay, guys. Set yourself up. Monday, here's what we're going to cover. How do you uncover the pain? How do you find the pain that's going to be caused if they don't have some type of protection in place? How do you find the pain that they don't even know is there yet until you ask them the right questions? We're going to talk about that on Monday. Coach's closing comments?
My prayers that everybody on this call right now goes out and has a blessed, protected, and safe weekend. And when they hit the ground running, that they have the best, most phenomenal week that they could possibly ever have, and following the system, and have just a blowout week. Everybody on here, I don't care who's in agency or team they're on, everybody I want to be successful. In Jesus' name, I pray that on this whole group of people.
Thank you, Jamie.
My encouragement is just for you to get better. And you may say, well, Nick, I don't know how to get better. If you start thinking I want to get better, you'll know how to get better. That's the key, is I want to get better. I want to be better today than I was yesterday. I want to be better next week than I was the previous week. If you focus on that daily, you're bound to get better. It's an intentional mindset every day that I want to be better. You can be unbelievable, guys. Those of you that are writing $3 or $4 grand a week, you can be at 10,000 a week if you get better. I've seen my progression in this business from when I started with Rumbo. It was 5 to 7. Then it was 7,500 to 10. Then it went from 10 to 12 Rumbo. Then it went from 12 to 15. Then it went from 15 to 18. Then it went from 18 to 20. It progressively went that way because I chose to get better. I chose to dive into Nick Burns. I want to get better every single day. When you get better, everything around you, Jamie Trent, will be better. Focus on getting better every single day, and there's no telling what you can do. You'll have an abundance mindset of like, man, this thing is crazy what we got. And everybody you talk to, they're going to be attracted to it because of how passionate you are about it. You can create passion by getting better. You can create passion by you getting better. If you try to manipulate passion, man, Barry says this all the time, they can smell a fraud a mile away, right? But when you feel it within you, when you truly believe in what you're doing, the clients that you talk to, the prospects that you talk to, your colleagues that you talk to, they're going to know, man, Jamie Trent believes in this. He is fully convicted about this business. So we got an opportunity of a lifetime, guys. We got a fireman that is written $5,200 this week, Jamie. He's old country boy from Georgia. $5,200. He's got a big one he's hoping to get this afternoon, but we're not going to count that one. $5,200. He's a full-time fireman. He lives in Georgia. His standing lead order is in Nebraska and Kentucky. If that's not a poster child for virtual, I don't know what is. His standing lead order is in Nebraska and Kentucky, and he's written $5,200 this week.
Awesome.
We have an opportunity of a lifetime sitting in front of us. We just got to get what's ours.
Hey, here's my advice for you this weekend. Get off the fence. Get off the fence. Jump all in. One side of the fence is your Equus business. Go all in and make a decision and commitment that come Monday, I'm not going to set less than 6 appointments so that this business is going to work for me. I'm going to commit to it. Or just go to the other side and go find something you're happy doing. Because this is an expensive hobby. You got to go all in or just go find something that makes you happy. But have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you on Monday. Yes, if you're brand new, don't have a ticket for next week, I just show up and walk in, man. I'll stand in the back of the room. Doesn't matter. We'll see you. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, coaches. Great job.